Welcome back to another car review, and today this car is really freaking amazing. I love this car. It's personally one of my favorite cars out there that you can buy for an everyday family car. But let's get on to it. I wanted a Porsche Panamera, but you don't want the 4S. You want something a bit more extreme than that, but something not as extreme as a turbo. Well, Porsche, they understand, and they made a car for that. This is the Porsche Panamera GTS. And it has a 4-liter turbocharged V8 right underneath that hood, and I'll show you later. But this is $24,000 more expensive than the 4S, but $23,000 less than the turbo. Since it's a GTS, it is badged as a GTS, but it also comes with some stuff that are options of the 4S that are standard with the GTS, such as these wheels. These wheels, in my opinion, look amazing, and they are beautiful, and especially with this color scheme, white on black. And it is about 10 millimeters lower to the ground than the normal 4S. And it comes standard with a sports exhaust that's covered in black. And the rear wing comes up, and then the sides come out for more downforce on the rear axles. The front end is a bit more aggressive than the normal 4S because of the sport package on it. And the side skirts are a bit more intense than a normal 4S Panamera as well. The GTS comes with the 4-liter turbocharged V8, making 460 horsepower and 391 newton meters of torque. And the top speed is 291 kilometers an hour. There's so many car alarms going off in the back. But most people would say that drove this, they say if they didn't know it was a turbo, they would think it's a naturally aspirated, since it doesn't have the lag as a turbo does. And they made this engine a bit differently. And the turbo is further down in the engine instead of being up above on the top. The hood goes really high up, so you can have a lot of space to work with if your car breaks down or something, or you just want to fill up your liquids. Let's take a look at the trunk. We can do so by clicking the button on the key fob, and it opens up automatically. And this is a sedan, so it has decent space to it, and you can fold down the rear seats to put even more luggage in. And Porsche really made this an everyday family car, and it's really cool. You can push it down manually, or you can click this button to have it close down for you. The base price of the GTS is around $129,000 to $130,000, but most people would add a bit more stuff to it instead of just leaving it a normal GTS, so the price will go up. But the car overall is an amazing car. I really love it. But let's hop on inside and show you guys a bit more detail that Porsche put in. So on the inside now, there's a lot of Alcantara since it is a GTS. GTSs come with Alcantara on the seat, the roof, and the steering wheel. And the steering wheel, if you hop into one, or if you've ever been inside of Porsche, you can tell most of them are the same. And a lot of people don't like that. I like that because it tells you that you're in a Porsche and you're going to have some fun driving. So the Porsche Panamera has a key fob, and like most Porsches, the key fob looks like the car. So like I said, the GTS comes standard with Alcantara, and Alcantara is, like I also said, everywhere, like right here, and there's even a bunch of Alcantara all over the doors as well. I won't be closing this door since it just came in from outside and it sits outside, so it is really hot in here. When they pulled it in, the temperature said 90 degrees, but it is really amazing. And here's a big 10-inch screen, and all down here stuff will light up as well whenever you turn on the car. And there's stuff in the back seat as well, and I'll cover that when I get back there here in a little bit. So Porsche didn't want any weak stuff on here, so they put this stuff like metal and really good quality of stuff in this to make it really luxurious. And this is a normal stock. This feels really high quality and it's really cool, not like what you find on a Subaru or a Chevy. And even though there is a key fob, you still have this, and this is what you turn to turn on the car whenever your foot is on the brake. And you may be asking, why is it on the left side instead of the right side? Well, that's because back in the day, when the early stages of racing, the racers would actually start on the outside of the car. So they would run in, hop into the car, have one hand on the gear selector and the other hand over here to turn on the car, and Porsche wanted to remember that, so that's why all Porsche's keys are over here instead of on the right side of the steering wheel. Alright, so I'm gonna turn on the electrics of the car, and you just do so. This screen is touchscreen, so now you want to come up here for navigation. There's a giant map of the surrounding areas. You can set destination point, traffic, and any places that you would frequently go to. Just put it back up on the map. Your media, if you want to play, stop playing, phone, different features about the car. This one, you can set up your chassis height, your chassis feeling, and your drive mode. And you can also do that with your drive mode right over here as well. Right now it's on normal. Change it to sport, and it changes it to sport as well. Sport plus, it goes down, individual, or normal, and then back up to normal. You climb it, and this is how you deal with the temperature of the car. Is also right here, which is really cool, and this is really good quality. I like it for a car. Back over at the car, you can set different controls of displays, so that affects this over here. So if you want to change something, you can change your brightness, and then head back, instrument cluster, whenever you're at a track or on the streets or whatever, you can show it. And there you go. Really cool stuff. And if you want something, you can just click that small little button on the right side of the screen. Comes up with your music and destination. That's really cool. Okay, I admit I'm still learning about this screen, but look how many stuff there is all right here. Scroll bar, and you can even access it from down here. You want to go home, click home, goes up there, click apps, scrolls down to apps, car. That's really cool. And sorry, my camera is for some reason not focusing unless I get really close to it. So sorry about if you can't really understand it or see it. But let's come over here to chassis height. Click it. You can raise it You can lower it and put it back on medium. And then head back. And then there's Sport, Sport Plus, and Normal, and we're on Normal. So you can also set the spoiler from inside on that screen as well. This is what it looks like. I'm going to try to prop up my camera so you guys can see it whenever I click the button. So that was a rear spoiler, which is really cool of how it does that. And like I said, whenever it splits out like that, it actually provides more downforce on the rear axles when you're at speed. Giving it some small revs, but we're gonna go for a quick drive in it. I won't be driving since I'm not 21. In Indiana you have to be 21 to test drive, but we are gonna go for a quick spin around the block for a couple minutes so I can give you some feedback on how it rides and how it feels when going over some bumps and how fast it is. And Porsche says this car can do 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, but as we all know, Porsche is very conservative about that number, so it can easily do 0 to 60 in probably 3.5 seconds. But I'll see you in the car. Let's have sensors, and look at that backup camera. It's really good, better than the Subaru we have. So we're about to hop onto the main road, and you can hear the exhaust quite well in the side of this car, and it sounds quite good inside of the car as well. I really do believe this car can do 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. Wow, this car's fast. But Porsche is conservative about that number, so it probably does 0 to 60 3.5, 3.7. Yeah, the bumps are really smooth inside this car. The suspension is really good, and I really like it. If you got this car for a family car, which most people would, you would be very happy about this car. Porsche went all out with it. It's very luxurious, it's very nice, and it's fast at the same time, letting you know it is a Porsche. So here's everything that comes with this specific GTS. And the price. Now, this is a back. It's a bit small. I'm gonna climb in. But you can tell the seats are sport bucket seats in a way, so to speak, and still high quality, such as the front seats. So the passengers still can get all the quality at the front. So you have air conditioning right there and right here. And I really like that. I think more and more cars should have that, so the people in the back can cool off just as quick as the people in the front. But you also have the sunroof button to activate the sunroof in the back, and heated seats for either side. Small area to store your stuff. Cup holders right here. And this thing folds down for a bit more arm space. And it folds up as well for like a small little center console in the back to hide away your stuff. The person who is driving, he sits a bit farther back, but for a 6 2.5, 6'3" guy. This legroom, it could be better. I like better, but if it's a short ride just across the town of Fort Wayne, I can deal with it, and it's quite nice, and the seats back here are really, really comfortable as well. They also have Alcantara on it as well. Red seat belts, red stitching. So guys, that was a review of the Porsche Panamera GTS. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did as well. If you guys did, subscribe and leave a like, and check out Porsche and Audi Fort Wayne if you want this car. They also have another one here as well, plus 2 other Panameras that I don't think is a GTS, but they're really, really amazing people. Beautiful showroom, and they're really nice, and they're a bit busy, but they still took me out on a ride just around the block in the Panamera GTS. Really enjoyed it. Phenomenal people. I would leave the link to their websites, a Porsche, Audi website as well, and a link down below. But as always, adios, chaps.